So this is a short tutorial on the time writing rubric, which will be used with the time writing next time in class. So this is based on the SAT, College Board SAT 2 rubric, which you'll be more familiar with when you start studying for the SAT 2 essay writing. Okay, but this is a 1 through 6 rubric. If you decide to take AP English in 11th or 12th grade, those courses work with a 1 through 9 rubric, so it's even more specific and more precise with regards to what your paper will need. So with us, again, a 6 would equal an A. These papers demonstrate clear and, again, consistent competence, though there may be occasional errors. With the time writing, no teacher is ever expecting perfection. There are going to be, due to the time, some errors perhaps, so again, don't worry about them as long as they're occasional. Don't expect perfection. With the thesis or claim or assertion, it wants to be clear and focused, insightful, and debatable, well-articulated assertion, claim, or thesis. So insightful meaning that you really understand what the question is asking, and you have done some pre-writing and come up with thesis that shows deep thinking about the play itself or the text itself. Each body paragraph, as was mentioned in the former tutorial sent to you, you want your topic sentences to have claims rather than to be narration or description. So again, if you have a precise, well-articulated thesis for the paper, you want your body paragraph topic sentences to connect back to that rather than just giving a plot detail. In terms of evidence, it should be well organized, and the evidence should probably be the best evidence that the text has to offer, or what you think is the best evidence. And again, it should be somewhat generous. One example would certainly not be enough to support anything, especially when you're working with a text that's, over 100 pages or a couple hundred pages. Again, we're looking at diction. And as I mentioned yesterday, don't get hung up with overusing the thesaurus. And a 6 would also include literary terms where applicable. If you write a time writing, and again, I've tried to impress this upon you throughout the year, if you do an essay in an English class without literary terms, you are leaving something important out. It's the vocabulary we use to discuss literature. And then in terms of skills, there should be consistent and effective control, though it may not be completely without error. All right, so that's an A. A 5, if I can scroll down here. Okay, a 5 is a B+, and here we have reasonably consistent competence, a generally clear position, but again, the thesis is debatable and well articulated and clear. So again, you really have to have a strong thesis for a 5 or a 6. Topic sentence claims that effectively connect back to the paper's overall thesis. Again, appropriate supporting evidence, generally well organized. Some examples of effectively elevated word choice, including literary terms. And again, effective control of grammar and mechanics, although there may be some errors. With a 4 is a B. This would be adequate competence with occasional errors and lapses in quality. So you defend your assertion, your claim, your thesis adequately. There are topic sentence claims which adequately connect back to the paper's overall thesis. There's supporting evidence, there's organization, the word choice is adequate, and there's adequate control of standard English grammar and mechanics, although the paper may have several errors. So again, basically the B paper would be that you have a thesis or claim, you have good topic sentences, the evidence may not be the best, or your body paragraphs may not be that fully developed, but again, if you start with a strong claim, a strong thesis, the paper should hopefully have at least a 4 on it. A 3 would be a C, and again, you can get a 3+, C+, but here you may have one or more of the following weaknesses. So if you have a weak assertion, which is unclear, topic sentences for body paragraphs may not be that effective. They may be narration or description. Minimal supporting evidence, the organization may be weak. There may be almost no examples of effectively elevated word choice, and there are recurring errors in grammar and mechanics. So it can be any one of these. Okay. Moving to a 2 is a D. This would be some incompetence, and the paper is flawed by one or more of the weaknesses here. You may have misunderstood the prompt, what the question is asking. The evidence might be disjointed, not really put together well. The body paragraphs may be inadequately developed. You might have vague generalizations that are not supported. Organization is a problem, and there may be frequent errors in grammar or mechanics that interfere with the paper. And then finally a 1. One would be an F. Rare to see a 1 on a time writing, but again, it would be unacceptable. Brevity, it's really very brief. Your paper, you only have a passing reference to the text, which is almost impossible when you're writing about a piece of literature. Or you could have consistent lack of organization and development, or there might be some serious errors in grammar and mechanics. A 0 is if you just write about something that has nothing to do with the question. All right, so there's your rubric. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I look forward to having you do your first time writing next week. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.